The average person spends 3 hours a week complaining about this. That feels like a lot. And no, it's not the person in front of you in traffic that seems to be going so slow. The answer is your number of the day. If you've ever given money to a stranger, you kind of think, I don't know what's going to happen with that. Well, one lady gave $100 to two strangers on an airplane 20 plus years ago, and she reunited with them the other day, and I think it's going to make you smile. Before you buy anything online or go to a restaurant or even go to a hotel, what do? You look at the reviews. But before you just look at the 5-star reviews, what to do instead? It's a way to level up your life. And the best thing you can do for your life right now. You're going to have to wait a few minutes to hear it, though. But it's good, and it's your daily joy scroll. That's coming up on The Good News Show with Andy, where I'm all about putting a smile on your face and hope in your heart.
The number of the day is...
The average person spends 3 hours a week complaining about this. It's their job. And since you probably spend a lot of time complaining about it already, I don't want to hear complaints. I want to know why you love your job and what you do and why you love it. What you do and why you love it. That's what I'm looking for.
Hey, Andy, this is Corey. I love working for the Postal Service. I'm a window clerk. I love working for a company that provides, needed services to both residential customers and business customers. And I love working with customers at the window.
That's awesome, because I got to tell you, sometimes when I go to drop off my package, they don't always seem happy to see me. And I get it. You just have so many people that are grumpy. No one wants to be at the post office necessarily. How do you handle it?
I like being able to just be a positive influence in their day. I want them to feel valued when they come in, and I like to know their names and things like that. And it's fun to see children grow up with families, that come and visit the post office and, mail their letters or whatever to grandma and things like that. So just a lot of cherished friendships, that you take away from that.
Yes, I was calling about your loving your work.
Yeah, I just found out that on average, we complain about our jobs 3 hours a week. So let's talk about what we love about our jobs. What about you?
I have the best job on the face of the earth, in my opinion. I worked for a preschool, and I am their chef.
How do you get them to eat anything other than mac and cheese?
Well,
do they?
I made them Eggs Benedict last week, and they loved it.
What?
Yeah, and chicken tortellini salads, and most of what I do from scratch. I make it colorful, and the kids enjoy it.
Well, it sounds like the secret ingredient to your cooking is love.
Yes, and they give right back. They are just so loving. It's the best job in the world to see them happy.
Talking about what you do, why you love it, maybe you don't love it. Comedian Michael Jr. says we should actually ask not what we are doing, but who we are serving.
I had this conversation with a mechanic who was my audience. I said, what do you do? He said, I'm a mechanic. I was like, what does that mean? He said, it means I fix cars. I was like, that's boring. Like, that'll get you to really hit your snooze in the morning if you think you just fix cars. So we talked for a minute. By the end of the conversation, it was a short conversation, he said, actually, I help to ensure that people reach their desired destination. He didn't change jobs at all. He just got clarity about the people he was called to serve. There's not a job you can have in this world that's not serving other people in some way or another.
I hope this story makes you smile today.
On every airplane, there's two types of people. There's people like me that put in their earbuds and want to ignore the world. And there's people like Tracy who look around and strike up conversations with strangers and find out people's stories. And incredible things can happen from that. So she was doing that on a flight back to America from France in 1999. She saw some scared teenagers across the aisle. And then she found out their story. They were two young girls escaping as refugees from their war-torn country without their family, pretty much nothing to their name. So as they got off the plane, she handed them an envelope and said, please don't open this until we leave. And inside was a sweet note saying, welcome to America. And I'm sorry you had to leave where you came from, but I hope your time here is good, and I hope this helps. Inside was a $100 bill. Well, 20 plus years later, these girls finally reunited with Tracy, where she found out that one of them is married with 2 children and is an anesthesiologist, and the other speaks 4 languages and works with a nonprofit that helps youth find jobs. And a lot of people have been asking Tracy, why did you do it in the first place? And she says, kindness is a gift from God. Kindness is free. It's a choice you can make, and don't underestimate the power of being kind. You've probably been stressed about it and didn't even realize it. Decision fatigue, all the things you have to decide on every single day, and then everything else that's piled onto it now. One thing that's supposed to work, and I think this is great advice anytime, just accept that things are not easy right now, and it's okay to be imperfect, right? I mean, let's take out the right now part. It's okay to be imperfect. Summer's a great time to go see your favorite band, and traveling for that's fun too. I've done that before. One thing when you actually get to the concert, there's the anticipation. You're like, okay, I'm going to see them. What do? We all bust out our phones and start recording, looking through it through a little screen instead of us actually seeing what's in front of us. Someone joked that the iPhone should have a new feature that after recording too much of a concert, it would just shut down until you've taken too much concert footage, give it a rest, and enjoy the show. Because it's funny. Because if we wanted to just watch a concert from our little tiny phone screen, we could watch somebody else's video and save some money in the process. Before you buy anything online, you probably read the 5-star reviews first, right? But there's actually something you can do instead that's going to help level up your life. Don't look at the 5 stars. Don't look at the 1 stars. Just read the 3-star reviews. Because these are the reviews that are usually going to give the most honest opinion about both the pros and the cons of what you're about to buy. How in the world do you figure out what God's calling is for your life? And calling might even be a word where you think, I don't even know what that means. How do you figure out what God wants you to do in your life? Well, Banning Liebscher, he's the pastor of Jesus Culture. You may have heard of that church, and he wrote a book about that. And so, Banning, I'm going to throw it on you. Big question. What's your answer?
God's called you to be someone, and ultimately it's to look like Jesus. Ultimately, he's trying to transform your life, shape your life, mold your life to look more like Jesus. Then the call to do, which is kind of partnering with his plans and purposes in the earth, that's the one where you just go discover it. I think that's the part of the journey. I write in there in the 25 years of doing ministry, just recognizing with people this thing of like, what's the thing that moves your heart? What is it that I'm doing currently right now that's actually connected to, because it is connected. God has you right where you are because he wants you there. What is it that I'm doing right now? And how is that connected to what God's called me to?
Fear and discouragement are partners in crime. They work together and make us forget that God is with us and try to convince us that we are weak and alone. But you don't have to be a victim of fear and discouragement, because you have something more powerful. Truth. And the truth is that God is with you. The promise is he is your God. When you're weak, he will be your strength. When you need help, he is there. In God's hands, you are a victor, not a victim. You can be brave in facing your fear because God is on your side. You can stand firm in your faith and courageous in Jesus when fear and discouragement come your way. It can be scary to think about what your future is going to look like when you don't know what's around the corner, what's coming up next. And I really believe this. You don't have to be ashamed of being scared. It's human nature. God compares us to sheep over and over again in the Bible. Sheep are by nature scared. But you can be scared and brave at the same time if you remember what God has done for you, what God says about you. It says this in the Bible. It says, don't fear. This is God talking to you. He says, don't fear, I'm with you. Don't be dismayed, I'm your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. So today, you can say this over and over again, God, in my fear, you give me strength. The best thing you can do for your life right now is say, God, I'm tired of trying to do it on my own, my way. I'll do it your way now. And I hope this encourages you. Found this on the internet to share with you. It's your daily joy scroll.
You should find God before God comes to find you. If he comes to find you, it's too late. Go seek him. He will get you through any war, any battle, and everything is positive because everything is God.
You've heard of FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. More people are discovering this, though. The joy of missing out. That's where you find contentment with staying in and disconnecting as a form of self-care. If you ever do weights and you're sore the next day, it's because you actually tear your muscles. So that's the painful part. Well, what happens next is it actually repairs back bigger, stronger. And it's the same thing when we stretch our faith with God. Christina shared this with me recently. She said, Andy, I asked God to make me more gentle and empathetic, and it's been way more painful than I anticipated. But my heart now is much more receptive to his voice. My prayer life is better, and my mind is being renewed because of it. You ever bite into a nice piece of fruit, apple, or like a pear or a peach this time of year? Oh, there's nothing better. And then you realize, oh no, did I take off the sticker? It's okay if you didn't. The New York Times wants you to know you can eat the stickers on fruit if you really want to. But it makes me think of the Bible verse that says, everything is permissible by me, but not everything is beneficial. Whether you just need like a good mood boost or you just need a reminder that God's not done with you yet, you might be looking at your past and thinking about the failures, but instead do this. Look back at a situation that went really well, and then think about all the things that led up to that point. The little things that kind of fell in your place, and you might even say, oh, that was a coincidence. And then just realize, okay, those were all God moments. Okay, God, you did this, this, and this, and that set everything up for this. Thank you.